side, it's a best of one for all the marbles. And we're going to see at least one substitution. So Mowgli is out. They're going with the experience of Spirit in the final game. So Mowgli, 1-on-1 on his debut. And look at this. Okay, they're going to go full experience. Kramer back as well.
Yeah, okay, so the Afrika Freaks back to the old lineup. Kramer, of course, we were a bit skeptical as to the reasoning behind his substitution in the first place. The man definitely good. But can they actually get the magic of Game 1 back again?
See what their read is.
Yeah. Gut feeling is that Kassadin would make a lot of sense for Afrika to ban away. Still a lot of options for Faker to play in the mid lane, of course, but Orianna
interesting.
is going to be the decision.
Good ball carriers on the Skarner and the Alistair. But always a surprise, given that Orianna, in Korea at least, has been largely on the losing side. Haven't seen really any value out of the Ori, even though it's a big pick in NA.
Do they save counter pick for Antara or Faker as well is the other question. One could be held onto.
I think mid lane here is going to be drafted. It is a flex pick technically, but mid lane Echo from BDD yesterday. Mid lane Echo from Faker most likely in this scenario. And it's not against the Zoe, so the portal jump and parallel convergence synergy will be rolled against Afrika, but likely to be an Echo mid lane.
Good luck landing any seismic shoves on that guy as well.
True.
If you remember, Kuro actually had an incredible series of games last year on the Talia where he was landing seismic shoves when, honestly, he shouldn't have been able to.
Do you remember when Keen played carries? Because I'm starting to forget as his third game in a row on the Sion.
That's Tucson's pick. It's going to be Sion Kalista bot lane. Let's go.
We can never count it against Tucson. He is one of our more creative supports.
He could pick on. Honestly, they could take both sides of that matchup if they wanted to.
SKT looking for a pick 1-3-1 comp,
so
and it's going to be the Kalista Rakan as the answer. When you see Echo, you know it's all about side lanes here. Could just be another Trundle draft on the red side if they like it.
It's a real sneaky composition coming out of Afrika. Slippery, with the Weaver's Wall offering Kuro so much mobility.
I think it has to be Trundle. The Camille into Sion doesn't really work. So 1-3-1 with some pick against Afrika Freaks, looking for strong lanes, but also playing the side lanes with the Talia.
But this is also the gank squad that Kingzone used in their game as well yesterday, if you remember, against MVP. It was the Echo and Skarner sort of Bang Brothers composition, walking through the jungle, just grabbing everyone and destroying them. The chase potential coming out of Faker with the phase dive and things like that. Absolutely fantastic.
Mid-jungle, I think, really runs this game. If Talia can just shove away and then Sejuani sets up for a turret dive bot lane, happy times for Afrika to roll through, and they have good turret dive with the Rakan coming through from the Fate's Call as well. But like you say, Echo has so much outplay, and it's Faker, the king of outplay. Echo has a lot of options here, even if the standard laning phase is going to be push, push, push until the Skarner Impale is available.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to see Faker back on more of these assassination-centric carries as well. We remember back to his days when he was playing the Zed, when he was playing the Fizz, all of these picks that just demonstrated how incredibly good he is at just raw mechanics and damage calculation when it comes to picking up these kills. Kuro is going to have his work cut out for him on the Talia in the mid lane. Kramer making his way back in after 2 series where he hasn't been playing for Afrika Freaks, including this one.
They roll in the experience, but SK Telecom T1 coming off a game victory. It's going to be a hype final game, and we're no closer to knowing who wins just yet.
Not wanting for experience either, as only Blossom really is the rookie, so let's do it. Deciding game between SK Telecom, also standing on top of a ward, and he's going to win the smite battle, and Tara's going to turn himself around, but in goes Keen. The double knockup does come down, but Kuro gets the earlier rotation, and Tara knocked up Blossom. First blood going over to the Talia. This could be Kuro with an opportunity to make things happen. Parallel convergence. Can Faker actually catch anyone? No. Blossom an opportunity to invade. Grab away this Raptor camp. Faker turning up, and here we are. We expected these guys to be hanging out together, as there's the ult's going to land on a Faker straight away. Will have the chrono break, but can he actually get it down in time? He does. Kuro taking a bit of damage, but no, he's going to get punished. Kuro grabs his second, 100% of the kills, and it's in the mid lane this time for the opponent of the Echo.
And Blossom just can't really provide anything on these skirmishes. Couldn't even use Impale in that one. They had the deep vision. That would have been caught very early. That's why they're still looking for picks, Blossom.
Well, Spirit actually happy to take this one as Kuro's going to turn up. Faker trapped in there, doesn't want to phase dive over this wall, and Blossom's just going to get taken out. Kuro grabs his 3rd of the game. Wolf now trying to run away. Tucson heads down, was trying to predict a flash. And Wolf is going to be able to make it out with the Blast Cone. Faker there as well. Get some Time Winder value onto Spirit. But that is the one pick that Afrika were looking for. Can they get towards a Baron? They are going to start it off as Unstoppable Onslaught is once again going to be used for transportation.
Yeah, they're secure here, but there is 4 members farmed from SKT. Will there be the turn?
Yeah, no Unstoppable Onslaught actually to start off this fight as King turns up in the nick of time. The Baron does go down to the Ren, but can they get anything more? Spirit's going to be taken out. Faker flashing himself out after picking up the kill, but Kramer slows him down with the Ren, and he's got no mana. Another Ren comes in. It's a double kill, expertly executed by the Kalista from the Afrika Freaks, and now they have a Baron buff, and there is no Faker to wave clear.
The veterans are in the lineup. The shot call is clear. Stay on the Baron. There's no exhaust to try to decrease the damage on the Ren from Wolf. Only an Ignite for laning phase. The Baron goes down, well claimed, 1,000 health was the Ren. They're going to take top lane turret as well. That was the pick they needed. And the Skarner once again tries to push up, gets picked. That's what leads to this game. 1,027. Kramer on ball there. It may have been Spirit dying, but the exit plan was not team-wide for the team of SKT.
Yeah, and look at this from Kramer, just expertly done. Knows exactly what he can do. Uses all of his Rens just to make sure that that kill on Faker was secured.
He used the first Ren for the slow rather than this series. Afrika Freaks are not walking all over SKT, but they are looking to close out the final game.
Well, speaking of closing things out, Faker in a whole host of trouble is going to have the
while.
chrono break to get himself back as Kramer takes the full damage from it. In comes Antara. He's trying to find Kramer, but he gets slowed down by the Rend. Faker getting in there. Parallel convergence, triple stun as Faker's schooling everyone. He picks up one of the kills, but is then going to be turned around upon an SKT. Not quite at a position where they can fight that off, but damn, that looked good.
The Faker heroics definitely look like a metaphor for another game, but in this game, too far behind to actually go for the big triple kill on the back end. SKT out of position when it came to Bang and Wolf to actually catch up, and Sejuani the first to get there. So while it's a nice individual moment from Faker, seems to only be a delay. There will be a 5th Drake spawn of this game. Going to be a very large Elder, but a late one. Watch the replay here. Again, if those deaths hadn't happened earlier, if he was at item parity, if this was a rotation, a side lane play, when he actually wanted to choose it rather than against a Baron buff, this would all be great from Faker. This is the outplay we talk about, though. That's what happens with the chrono break. Goes back in, gets the stun.
Well, Bang is actually going to look for Koro, who's going to respect it a lot. Yeah, Zhonya's does get utilized, so it's a stopwatch, actually. And that's just going to be Bang picking up the kill. Koro just out of position. We were singing his praises. You can't make a mistake like that. It was decisive play.
Yeah, the E there actually interrupts the Banshee Veil. They take him down. The Impale was not used in all of it. Still available. And SKT finally picking up some standing gold.
Yeah,
they're going to take a lot here if Afrika don't
be
rush.
The lead. Yeah, exactly. That gold lead that Afrika had is getting torn apart. 5.5k now.
Afrika can run out round really smartly. They wanted to try to defend the inner turret, but then they realized they'd be out of position for a Baron turn, so they were trying to choose between both objectives, and SKT get both, and now turn on the Baron. And this might have to be Afrika giving it up.
Yeah, a bit lazy on that Weaver's Wall that you mentioned earlier on. You can understand why it happened, but now the turn, the Impale actually used onto Keen just to get him out. Nice triple knockup from Toussaint, though, as he gets the quickness.
It's Faker!
Fate's call comes down. Faker finds the backline, doesn't get the parallel convergence, as it's a good knockup as Bang gets exhausted. Keen doing the very best that he can with the decimating smash opportunity. Toussaint, not too many options as far as getting back in with the health bar that low, and Keen will be the sacrificial lamb to this fight, but no Baron buff to be taken down, and Kuro is going to turn back up.
And they're going to go right back to it. They have very healthy members, and Bang is full mass.
Have that Guardian Angel as well. Low health bars now on SKT as they're eating poke damage. You can see the difference it makes when they've got Kuro there to throw these Qs in, try and at least soften the members of SKT. Permafrost comes down. Toussaint actually going to engage on the Wolf, and he's going to be taken out. SKT a little bit too far behind, and now it's Afrika with the opportunity. I believe that was another Unstoppable Onslaught as Keen is just going to yell at SKT, tell them that this is going to be the Baron taken down, but man, that was very close to SKT weaving their way back in to this game.
And SKT continues spot. Taking in one, Blossom looking for a flank here. He's not going to be spotted.
We'll have a Predator opportunity there as well as in goes Toussaint. They're actually looking for the fight. Immediately destroys Faker. Didn't have the opportunity to press the R button, and now Afrika Freaks will take their second inhibitor of the game and possibly even more.
There's an outside chance of an end. Seismic shove hits, they do end. They'll back away. Faker dying with ult up means But a second inhibitor is their reward. Nice decisive play. You could guess where Blossom was. He was behind you, so they went forward and were able to pick up the Echo.
Yeah, Faker had the Zhonyas as well. He was just CC'd for that entire time. No chance to get out, immediately bursted, and Afrika Freaks, this is what they've been able to do, very decisive. Demolish Proc will secure this top inhibitor turret as well. It's Blossom. He's trying to get in there with the Righteous Glory, but not able to find anything at all for SKT's. Bang, actually hit by that one. Has to be so careful, uses everything to get out, heal included. Okay.
The Talia originally represented a takeaway because of how well suited the Tristana early drop. SKT was looking to a Talia comp, but Talia had already been banned by Afrika in the previous series, but Kura making us a believer. Great seismic shove. And again, the problem solving. Where's Blossom? Clearly on the flank. Go forward, kill the closest target, and acquire objective. Nice play from Afrika.
Yeah.
Super minions do crash on the top.
Well, in goes Tucson. He's going to be able to pick it up onto Antara, but the Subjugate is going to be there. They've piled all the way in on top of this fight. Makuro very safe in the backline, and Blossom nowhere to be seen as Weaver's Wall was set up. Wolf is going to be the first casualty of the fight, and once again, it's just missed timing. Blossom finally flashes his way in to try and get the work done, but the Impale isn't going to get anything done. It's just going to spell his death as Kramer picks up the kill. Now they're all going to flood forward. There's knockups left, right, and center. A double kill as Kramer, his only game of the day, and he picks up the double and ends it for the Afrika Freaks. It's a 2-1. It's a different story for the first meeting in this particular season for the Afrika Freaks and SKT, but the same result in the end.
The Afrika Freaks outthink, outplay, and in the end out-execute what SKT was trying to do. The Skarner, so often a voyeur in this game, watching as great plays were made by the side of Afrika Freaks. Skarner, 2 performances, not there, and recent Skarner performances are kind of reminiscent of other Flavor of the Month junglers that had a very big immediate impact, and then teams developed counter strategies, and you had the Evelyn syndrome of, well, how do we find her? Oh, ward the camp. Suddenly Evelyn isn't as unknown. The respect for the Skarner was very clean in this series. Almost no value from a very high pick on the red side here for SKT. And SKT, on the one hand, can feel better compared to 5 series ago where they went 0-10, losing 2-0 to Afrika. It was much closer in this series. All 3 games were winnable for both sides, but in the end, SK Telecom T1 met a resolute Afrika that could sub in Spirit and Kramer. So much experience. What a lovely thing to be able to do.